Hey guys, welcome to this HIIT workout. This is a pretty intense workout. It's going to include a lot of jumping and I'm very excited, so let's get started. We're going to begin with a warm-up, so you can warm up at your own pace or follow along with me. I'm just doing a couple of light stretches, starting with a forward fold, folding all the way down, letting gravity do the work, stretching out the back of your legs and your lower back. You can reach down to one side to work that side a little bit more, and then reach to the other side, stretching out that glute. Whenever you're ready, come on up and we're going to do a quad stretch, bringing one leg behind you, holding it with your hand and keeping your knees together. Push your hips forward, and that's going to stretch out the front of your leg. We're also going to do some leg circles, just internally and externally rotating them in the full range of motion that they have, just to open up those hips. Now bring one arm across the other and stretch out the space between your shoulder blade and your spine. And we're going to finish off with some neck rolls, rolling from one side down to the front and over to the other side, stretching out those muscles along your spine. Alright, now that we're all warmed up, let's get started. So each of these exercises is 30 seconds long and followed by a 30-second rest between each exercise. So you'll have plenty of time to catch your breath. Make sure you have your water ready, and we're going to start off with some squat jumps. For the squat jumps, you want to make sure you're using momentum from your arms, so while you're squatting down, swing your arms behind you, and then swing them overhead as you're jumping high into the air, going straight into the next rep. As your feet touch the ground, you're bending your knees straight into the next one. Great job with that. We already have our first rest for 30 seconds. Not too bad so far, right? Alright, next up is bench hops. So get a chair or some similar surface, and we're going to hop from one side to the other. One foot starts on the bench, and you're going to push up off of that, switch feet, and bring the other foot down to the ground. Go at your own pace here, but the faster you go, of course, the harder it's gonna be. Good job with that. Rest for another 30. Next up is lunge jumps. So you're going to start in a wide lunge position, bring your feet far apart, lunge down to the ground, jump up, and in the air, switch feet, going straight into a lunge on the other side. Keep jumping and switching feet each time. For this jump, try to keep your nose over your toes so all of your weight is centered in your front leg. And I like to alternate my arms while I jump too. That helps with balance. So if your left foot is in front, your right arm is in front, just like if you were walking. Okay, next up we have mountain climbers. So go ahead and get in a plank position on your hands on the ground and hop one foot in and switch feet. Make sure while you're doing this that you're pushing the ground away from you, so keep space between your shoulder blades and make sure that your hands stay directly under your shoulders. Try not to push back too much. Okay, going into burpees next. These are just regular burpees. You can include the push-up if you want to, or if that's too difficult for you right now, just skip it, hop backwards. Optional push-up, hop forwards, and jump high into the air. While you're squatting down to and coming back up from the ground, make sure you have a flat back, no hunching. Keep your chest forward and your shoulders back. Alright, our next exercise is box jumps. Get that elevated surface again. It can be a chair or a step. And just like with the squat jumps, you're going to use the momentum from your arms to swing up and jump high up onto the box. Step down and repeat. Just a few more seconds of these box jumps. You guys are doing really good so far. We are about halfway through our first set. Okay, next up we're doing single leg lunge jumps. So we're going to do 30 seconds all on one side, rest, and then do the other side. So you're going to start in that same wide lunge, jump up on whichever leg is in front, bring the other leg up, and then go straight back into a lunge on the same side. So if your right leg is in front, you're jumping up with your right leg, landing with your right leg, and lunging back again with your left. Okay, good job with that. Rest for 30 seconds and then we're gonna do the other side. Those are really difficult. Make sure you're staying hydrated too. Get some water if you need it. Alright guys, get ready. Next up we're going to do jumping V's. So going back into that plank position on your hands, and you're going to jump both feet up to one side of your body, back to a plank position, and then up to the other side and back, jumping in this V pattern for 30 seconds. Try to get your feet as close to your hands as you can, and when you jump back into a plank, bend your knees slightly to take a little bit of the pressure of landing off of your lower back. Okay, our next exercise is lateral hops. Get a pen or find a line in the ground or use an imaginary line, and you're going to hop from one side over to the other laterally from side to side. So make sure you're doing big jumps here and just bending your knees while you land. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, lateral hops, but on one foot. So same thing for 30 seconds, just pick whichever foot is the weaker side if you have one, and we're jumping side to side over that line for 30 seconds. It's going to be significantly more difficult than it was on both feet. You got this, stay strong, we're almost done with round one. Great job with that. Take a 30-second rest, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other foot. Okay, get ready. Make sure you're taking big jumps from side to side, landing on a bent knee, and I always feel this one a lot in my calves. Let me know if you do too in a comment below. Awesome job with all of those. That's the end of round one. We're gonna start all the way back at the beginning with squat jumps. We're doing 3 rounds, so take a short rest and we'll begin again. Alright, for these squat jumps, make sure that you're using momentum from your arms, swing them backwards as you squat, and up overhead while you jump. Keep a flat back too, and try to squat as low to the ground as you can. Bench hops is up next, so get that elevated surface, that chair, or something similar. and we're hopping from one side, jumping up from that leg that's on the bench, switching feet, going as fast as you can. Up next is lunge jumps, so you're going to get in that wide lunge, jump and switch feet in the air each time, keeping your nose over your toes so your weight is centered in your front leg. And up next we have mountain climbers. So getting into a plank position on the ground, bringing one knee in towards your chest, and then switching feet, and of course keeping your hands directly below your shoulders at all times. Don't sink back into your hips, keep your weight forward.
You can call me anything you want. I call you. I call you. When I need a hero in the night, oh baby, hear me call you. When I need a fix to knock my lights, you really knock my life. When I need some arms to hold me tight, oh baby, hear me call. And when I need a steed to rock me right, baby. When I need a hero in the night.
Up next we have burpees with the optional push-up, so come back into a plank position, optional push-up, hop forward, jump high into the air, straight into the next rep, bending your knees as you land.
When I need some arms to hold me tight, oh baby, hear me call. And when I need a steed to rock me right, baby, I call you. I call on you. I call on you.
Okay, next we're going to do box jumps. So get that elevated surface again, and just like with the squat jumps, using your arms as momentum, swing them behind you as you squat, and swing them overhead as you jump up, stepping down straight into the next rep. Alright, now it's time for single leg lunge jumps again. So get into that wide lunge, keep your nose over your toes, and push off with that leading leg, jumping up, landing on that same leg, right back into a lunge. All on this one side for 30 seconds, and then we'll switch. Good job. Take a 30-second rest, and then we'll do the same thing on the other foot. Okay, now we're gonna do jumping V's. So getting back into a plank position on the ground, jumping your feet up to one side, as close to your hands as you can, then jumping back, keeping your knees slightly bent in the plank to absorb the impact of landing. Alright, our last few exercises are going to be lateral hops. So we're starting on both feet. So find that line in the ground and take big jumps side to side over it. Great job. Take a 30-second rest, and then we're going to do those single leg lateral hops, starting with whichever side is the weaker side. Or you can switch it up and start on the opposite leg that you started on in the first round. Alright, here we go. Big jumps from side to side on one foot, making sure that you keep your knee slightly bent while you're landing, and try to make it one smooth, fluid motion, so keep jumping. Try to establish a tempo for this. Okay, great job. Rest, 30 seconds, and then we'll do the same thing on the other foot. Amazing job, you're crushing it. That's the end of round 2. Rest for 30, and then we're gonna do just one more round, starting with the squat jumps. So for the squat jumps, a quick reminder, just make sure you're using your arms for momentum, and while you're landing, go straight into the next rep. Bend those knees, squat low to the ground, jump high into the air. Great job, you're done with the squat jumps. Those are over, take a rest. Next up is our last set of bench hops. So get that chair or a bench if you have one available, jumping laterally from side to side, pushing off of whatever foot is on the bench, switching in the air, landing on that other foot. Go as fast as you can. This is a speed round. And rest. Good job. Done with the bench hops. Now we're going to do our last set of lunge jumps. So switching feet in the air. Here we go. Good job, finish with those. 30-second rest. All right, coming up to our last set of mountain climbers. Get down into a plank on the ground, bring one knee in towards your chest, switching feet. And of course, remember, keep your hands directly below your shoulders. Do not push back, keep your weight forward and centered. Great job with that. You're done with the mountain climbers. Just a few more exercises to go. Okay, get ready for our last round of burpees. Hopping back into a plank position, optional push-up, hop forward, jump high into the air. As you land, bend your knees straight into the next rep. And remember to keep your back super flat while you're going down into the squat and coming up from it to jump. No rounding here, keep your shoulders back. Okay, great job with that. No more burpees, rest. Get ready for our last set of box jumps. Get that elevated surface ready, that chair or a coffee table, whatever you're using. Use your arms as momentum, swing them behind you as you squat, swing them up overhead as you jump up. Step down, landing softly, and repeat. Try to land as softly on that elevated surface as you can. Great job, and rest. Stay with me here, you're so close, we're almost finished. Our next exercise is those single leg lunge jumps, so starting all on one side, and then we'll switch. One leg in front, nose over your toes, jumping up and landing on that same leg, lunging backwards with the other. Keep your back flat and switch arms just like if you were walking. So if your right leg's in front, your left arm is, and as you jump up, you'll switch arms. As you land, you'll switch arms again. Awesome job, done with that side. Rest for 30 and we'll do the other side. Okay, finished with that. Rest, we just have 4 exercises left. You're so close. Next, we're doing those jumping V's, so back into a plank position, jumping from one side of your body back to a plank and then up to the other side. Again, as a reminder, just bend your knees slightly as you come back into the plank position to absorb the impact of the landing. Alright, and we're finished with those. Rest for 30, and then we're going to do our last set of the lateral hops. First on both legs, then on each side, and that's going to be it. You are so close. Okay, get ready for these lateral hops. Take big jumps over that invisible line, or if you have a pen or a line on the ground, make sure you're jumping all the way over that. Great job. Rest, and we're gonna do single leg, and that'll be it. Alright, start with whichever side has been more difficult for you. That'll be your weaker side. Same thing, taking big jumps side to side, landing softly on your knee. Try to go at a consistent pace and keep it up for just 30 seconds. This is the last time we're doing this one. You got this. Stay strong. And that's it for that side. Just rest for 30 and we're gonna do the other side. You're so close. Okay, here we go. Last 30 seconds on the other side. Keep it up, you're so close to being done. Take big jumps side to side and finish strong for the last 30 seconds. And that is it. Awesome job. You made it through 35 minutes. A lot of jumping in that interval workout. You did so good. We're just gonna finish with a light stretch. So bring one knee up, bring it across your body, and pull it towards you, stretching out your glutes. Those muscles have been working a lot in this workout and definitely need this stretch. Do the same thing with your arms. Bring one arm across your body, pull, and feel the space between your shoulder blade and your spine, stretching. Do the same thing on the other side. You guys did so good with this workout. Way to push through 35 minutes of that. If you found value in this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this, and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Go ahead and clasp your arms behind you, bring them up overhead as you do a forward fold, and get your arms as far in front of you as you can. This is gonna stretch out your chest and the backs of your legs, your glutes, your lower back, everything. Come down to the ground and we're gonna do a figure four. Bring one leg over the other, hug your knee in towards your chest, or you can lift your foot off the ground, bending your other leg, and sitting up as tall as you can. These are two versions of the same stretch, working out the same muscle groups. And then we're just gonna finish off by reaching forward, touching your toes if you can and pulling them back. If not, try to grab your ankles or as far as you can and just pull your body down towards your legs as much as possible. Okay, and that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this workout, and I will see you next time.